Money. It's something we all think about, worry about, and strive to earn more of. But have you ever stopped to consider why you think about money the way you do? Why do some people seem to effortlessly grow their wealth, while others struggle no matter how hard they work? The answer lies not just in financial literacy, but in understanding the psychology of money. Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of money psychology. In the next minutes, we're going to explore how your mind shapes your financial reality, why you might be sabotaging your own wealth without even realizing it, and how you can rewire your brain to think and act like a financial success story. So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets of money psychology, let's get started. So, what exactly is money psychology? In simple terms, it's the study of how our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors around money are influenced by our subconscious beliefs and emotions. These beliefs, often formed in childhood, play a huge role in how we manage, spend, and invest money as adults. In this video, we're going to break down this process, step by step, and uncover the hidden forces that might be holding you back financially. And more importantly, we'll talk about how to change them. Secret 1. Anchoring effect. The anchoring effect is a cognitive bias where the first piece of information you receive, often a price, becomes the reference point for all future decisions. This initial anchor heavily influences your perception of value, even if it's arbitrary or misleading. Let's say you're in a car dealership. The salesperson shows you a car priced at $30,000. Then, they offer you a discounted price of $27,000. You might think you're getting a deal, but here's the catch. Your mind is anchored to that $30,000 price, so $27,000 seems like a bargain, even if the car's actual market value is only $25,000. Anchoring works because our brains are wired to use the first number we see as a reference point, consciously or not. Even if we know the anchor is arbitrary, it still skews our judgment. This effect is so powerful that it can affect even seasoned professionals, like judges or stock analysts. Anchoring isn't just a sales tactic, it's everywhere. In real estate, the list price of a home sets an anchor. In auctions, the opening bid becomes the anchor. Even in salary negotiations, the first number put on the table sets the stage for the entire conversation. Awareness is your first line of defense. When you encounter a price or number, take a step back and ask yourself, is this a fair value, or am I being influenced by an anchor? Research comparable prices and gather your own information before making a decision. If you're negotiating, try to be the first to set the anchor. When you put out the initial offer, you're more likely to control the reference point for the discussion. The anchoring effect is a powerful force that can shape your financial decisions in ways you might not even realize. But now that you're aware of it, you can start to see these anchors for what they are, just numbers designed to influence your choices. Next time you're about to make a big purchase or negotiate a deal, remember, the first number isn't always the best number. Secret 2. Hedonic adaptation. Remember that rush of excitement you felt when you bought your dream car or moved into your new home? Fast forward a few months, and that thrill has probably faded, hasn't it? What if I told you that no matter how much money you spend, your happiness eventually returns to the same level? Welcome to the world of hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation, also known as the hedonic treadmill, refers to our tendency to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness after experiencing positive or negative changes in life. Essentially, whether you get a raise, buy a new gadget, or take an amazing vacation, the boost in happiness is usually temporary. Our brains are wired for survival, not sustained euphoria. Hedonic adaptation serves an evolutionary purpose. It keeps us striving for more, which is great for progress, but can be a trap in modern consumer culture. As we adapt to new comforts and luxuries, they become our new baseline, pushing us to seek out the next thing to boost our happiness. Hedonic adaptation fuels the cycle of consumerism. As the joy from one purchase fades, you're likely to seek out something else to regain that happiness. This is why people often end up in a loop of constantly upgrading their lifestyle, bigger houses, fancier cars, more expensive gadgets, without ever feeling permanently satisfied. The key to beating hedonic adaptation is to shift your focus from acquiring more material goods to investing in experiences and personal growth. Studies show that experiences like traveling or learning a new skill provide longer-lasting happiness because they contribute to our personal identity and memories. Instead of spending that bonus on something material, consider using it to take a course you've always wanted to or to travel to a place you've never been. The happiness from these experiences tends to linger longer because they become part of who you are, rather than just something you own. Hedonic adaptation might seem like a happiness trap, but by recognizing it, you can make smarter financial decisions that truly enhance your well-being. Remember, the next time you're tempted by a shiny new object, ask yourself, will this make me happier in the long run, or am I just feeding the treadmill? Secret 3. Confirmation bias. Have you ever noticed that when you're convinced of something, like that stock you just know is going to skyrocket, you suddenly start seeing evidence everywhere that you're right? That's not a sign from the universe. It's your mind playing tricks on you. Welcome to the world of confirmation bias, where we only see what we want to see. Confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, and remember information that confirms our pre-existing beliefs, while ignoring or dismissing information that contradicts them. This bias can be particularly dangerous in financial decisions, as it can lead you to make choices based on incomplete or skewed information. Confirmation bias works because our brains prefer consistency. Once we form a belief, our minds work overtime to protect it, filtering out anything that might challenge it. This can lead to poor financial decisions because you're not evaluating all the data. You're only seeing what supports your existing viewpoint. Confirmation bias doesn't just affect individual investors. It can impact entire markets. When enough people share the same belief, it can create bubbles or crashes. Think of the housing market crash in 2008. Many people were convinced that real estate prices would always go up, so they ignored warning signs until it was too late. Consider the rise of cryptocurrency. Early adopters believed in its potential, and as prices skyrocketed, many investors joined in, convinced by the positive news and success stories they focused on. When prices fell, many were caught off guard because they had ignored the risks and criticisms that didn't align with their belief in constant growth. The best way to combat confirmation bias is to actively seek out information that challenges your beliefs. Before making a financial decision, ask yourself, what if I'm wrong? Look for data that contradicts your assumptions and weigh it just as seriously as supportive information. This balanced approach will help you make more informed decisions. Use a devil's advocate strategy when researching financial options. Deliberately look for opposing viewpoints and worst-case scenarios. This will give you a more comprehensive understanding of the risks involved and help you avoid falling into the confirmation bias trap. Confirmation bias is like a filter on reality, showing you only what you want to see. But now that you're aware of it, you can start to question your assumptions and make smarter, more balanced financial decisions. Remember, the truth isn't always what you want to hear, but it's what you need to make the right choices. Secret 4. Sunk cost fallacy. Ever find yourself sticking with a bad investment, a failing business, or even a relationship just because you've already put so much time, money, or effort into it? It feels like quitting now would mean all that sacrifice was for nothing, right? Well, what if I told you that this mindset is exactly what's keeping you stuck? Welcome to the sunk cost fallacy, a mental trap that could be draining your wealth. The sunk cost fallacy is the tendency to continue investing in a project, investment, or situation because of the resources, time, money, or effort you've already spent, rather than considering the current costs and benefits. Essentially, you're letting past costs, which can't be recovered, dictate your future decisions. This fallacy works because our brains hate the idea of losing. The thought of abandoning something after investing so much into it feels like admitting defeat, and we're wired to avoid that. So we keep pouring in more resources, hoping to justify the previous investments, even when the rational choice might be to stop. Sunk cost. Fallacy doesn't just apply to money. It can affect any decision involving time and effort. People stay in dead-end jobs, toxic relationships, or failing projects because they can't let go of the investment they've already made. This mindset can trap you in a cycle of bad decisions, leading to greater losses in the long run. Consider someone who has spent years and thousands of dollars fixing up an old car. Despite repeated breakdowns and costly repairs, they keep sinking more money into it, thinking, "I've already spent so much, I can't give up now." Meanwhile, buying a newer, more reliable car would save money and stress in the long term. But the sunk cost fallacy keeps them from making the switch. The best way to avoid the sunk cost fallacy is to focus on future costs and benefits rather than past investments. Ask yourself, if I hadn't already spent this money or time, would I still make the same decision? If the answer is no, it's time to reassess and possibly cut your losses. Make it a habit to periodically review your investments, projects, and commitments. Assess them based on their current value and future potential, not what you've already put into them. This mindset will help you make decisions that are more strategic and less emotionally driven. The sunk cost fallacy can lead you to throw good money, time, and effort after bad, keeping you trapped in unproductive or even harmful situations. But now that you know how it works, you can start making decisions based on what's best for your future, not your past. Remember, sometimes the smartest move is knowing when to walk away. Now that you have a deeper understanding of how money psychology impacts your financial life, it's time to put this knowledge into practice. Start by reflecting on your own financial identity and the biases that may be influencing your decisions. Use the strategies we discussed to make more informed choices and work toward your financial goals with greater confidence. Did you find these insights helpful? Are there any other money psychology topics you'd like us to cover? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Look out for the Part 2 video of How Money Controls You. For more tips, insights, and strategies to enhance your financial journey, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Join our community as we continue to explore the fascinating world of money psychology and empower you to make smarter financial decisions.